How cops uncovered plot by Boris the Bullet Dodger to smuggle Czech guns to UK. 3 men have been convicted of smuggling 89 guns into Britain, hidden inside engine blocks. The National Crime Agency says previous consignments which had got through had ended up in the hands of London gangs. Stephen Spires and Michael Nichols were convicted at Blackfriars Crown Court in South London on Thursday, July 12, after a 3-week trial. Denis Kolesnikov, 23, a Russian living in the UK, pleaded guilty to the charges before the trial of Spires and Nichols. All 3 will be sentenced on August 3. The trial heard Kolesnikov's phone number was saved in Spires' phone under the name Boris the Bullet Dodger. Guns discovered in Calais. The guns were discovered on July 1, 2017 at Coquelles, near Calais, after a joint operation between the National Crime Agency and the Metropolitan Police. Police found 42 Ecolard 4mm Flaubert revolvers and 37 AT-AK Streamer 6mm handguns, as well as thousands of rounds of ammunition made by Sellier and Bellet. Copyright photo, National Crime Agency. Guns were hidden in engine blocks which were brought into the UK from Poland. The guns were wrapped in black foam tightly packed into the engineers along with silica gel packets, prosecutor Julian Jones QC told the trial. Police believe the guns, which were bought legally in the Czech Republic for around €100 $117 each, were set to be sold in Britain for between £1,200 $1,580 and £3,000 $3,960. They had been expertly hidden inside 2 engine blocks which had been picked up at Bolesławiec on the Polish-German border by a minicab driver and were being driven to an industrial estate just west of London on trailers. Suspects were kept under surveillance. 2 days later, Spires and Nichols were arrested in Yver, a small town near Slough, west of London, after NCA officers carried out surveillance on them and saw them going to and from a shipping container. When the NCA officers swooped on the pair, they discovered a plastic bag in Spires' white van which contained 9 Ecolard 4mm handguns identical to the weapons found in Coquelles. Spires made no comment when questioned by police, but Nichols claimed he had been driving the van as a favor for Spires, who he said was banning from driving. But fingerprint, phone and other evidence linked both men to the conspiracy. Police also interrogated Spires' phone and found he had been reading on the BBC News website about the guns being seized and had read of Kolesnikov's arrest. This forced him and Nichols to go to the container in the hope of moving the guns before the police found them. All 3 defendants were involved in an organized business to source a large quantity of lethal handguns from the Czech Republic and smuggle them, concealed in engine blocks, via Poland into the UK, said Mr. Jones. Charges dropped against driver Janusz Michek, 59, the Polish minicab driver who had brought the engine blocks into Britain, was originally accused, but charges were dropped when the authorities decided he had been duped. 5 Polish passengers in Mr. Michek's Mercedes Viano people carrier, who were being transported from Bolesławiec to the UK, were released without charge. They had simply been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Copyright photo, National Crime Agency. Denis Kolesnikov, who was nicknamed Boris the Bullet Dodger by another member of the gang, Mr. Jones, said the evidence showed Kolesnikov had bought weapons in March 2017 from a gun shop in the town of Turnov in the Czech Republic, where they were legally sold. The police believe Kolesnikov used Mr. Michek to deliver several similar consignments of weapons to Britain before the plot was eventually discovered. Guns from same consignment found in speeding car. Mr. Jones pointed out 5 more handguns and 322 rounds of ammunition from the same source were discovered on March 15, 2017 when police stopped a speeding car on London Bridge and arrested 2 men. Thomas Parrish, 19, and Michael Redford, 24, were both jailed for 5 years. There remains an ongoing supply of firearms into the UK from overseas. In this regard, trafficking from Eastern Europe through near Europe is a key concern, said the National Crime Agency in a statement released after Spires and Nichols' convictions. The National Crime Agency said the Czech Parliament has agreed to alter its constitution to allow for firearms to be legally held when national security is threatened. This amendment represents a challenge to EU gun control rules which typically restrict civilians from possessing certain kinds of semi-automatic weapons, said the NCA in a statement. Although the level of firearm crime in the UK remains one of the lowest in the world, since 2016, these weapons have been seen more frequently in the UK, so it's vital that we work collectively with our partners to take action, across borders, to ensure the risk is minimized. Stopping this supply has protected the public and no doubt prevented potential fatal gang-related shootings. We will continue to target organized networks and disrupt their criminal activity, said Detective Inspector John Nolan.